man, Shay. Willie Silly, man. Then we're going to do some scare reactions after this, man. You know what I'm saying? But what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Jay Willie Silly, man, a.k.a. Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like be easy, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you know about your boy, Jay, it's in the description down below. But we got everything the 2026 NBA season is proven so far. And I got a lot, man, to uncover, man. You know, this season is proven, especially I can talk about the ops. Jimmy Butler was not worth $121 million. I don't care about the game that he had yesterday. He's not consistently a good number two. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? He like, it's just, I feel like the Warrior fans regret paying him $121 million. Like that right there is dang near option one money. So for y'all to get fleeced like that's kind of crazy. Another thing that we're learning, I'm very excited for AJ to come into the NBA. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Jimmy averaging 20.2. Man, get the freak out of here. Jimmy suck. That's false. That's false. That boy suck. That boy sucks. That boy garbage. Boy averaging no 20 points. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Some false stats. You know what I mean? You want to talk about some stat pattern? They stat pattern. That boy sucks. That boy been BJ this whole dang, and I've been paying attention to his stats. That boy wasn't averaging no 20 points. I can name on my one hand how many times that boy done got 20 points in the game. I can name on my one hand. Averaging 20 points. This is all I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. That junk is false. I don't want y'all to be thinking that that's really what it be. You know what I'm saying? Like they really be averaging that amount of points. So we gonna just stop with all that. They averaging that, bro. Because, bro, I could put on one hand, bro. I could probably like 4 games or 3 games. You only had over 20 points, or you had 20. So I'm not trying to hear that when I actually pay attention to, bro. He not averaging on 20 points. So all that little averaging, bro, that junk be false. I don't want y'all to believe that averaging, that junk be false, bro. I promise you that junk be false. Averaging, bro, if you want to be reality, averaging 20 points is you getting 20 points every game. You don't get 20 points every game. So please don't try to get up here and lie acting like Jimmy Butler averages 20 for real. Because he does not. You know what I'm saying? He does not average 20. I really feel like these mother effers that be giving these folks stats, bro, be stat pattern. I feel like Daenerys right when it come to that, bro. My partner Daenerys, he called that junk out. You know what I mean? Because no way Jimmy Butler averaged 20. You know what I'm saying? I say you average like 15 a game. That's what you average, like 15 a game, bro. You don't average no dang 20 points a game. And I pay attention to your stats. I pay attention to that man. So please, let's stop it, bro. It's only like 4 games where this man, either you lying or they're lying. So we're going to see how much they say Jimmy Butler average. Because I promise you, I pay attention to that man. That man ain't dropping 20 points a game. I promise you that right now. Jimmy Butler stats, either you're lying or they're lying. Somebody's lying. You know what I'm saying? It said he averages 19 points a game. He don't even average 19 points a game. I'm going to keep it real with you. The mother effer average, it says 19 points, so please stop lying. I'm not going to lie to you, but that mother effer don't average no 19 points a game. I'm going to keep it real with you. Like, I'm going to just keep it a whole beezy with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boy freaking sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, he got to be averaging like at least 15. You know what I'm saying? At least 15. But for you to lie like that, I ain't going to lie. That's low-key pathetic, bro.
And like I always say, you got a really good chance to win 30, aka
Warriors 22-5 in regular season when Curry and Butler both played. This right here was so funny right here. It's like in reality, bro, they were 22-5 because they was playing straight trash teams, BJ teams, bro. It wasn't because of Jimmy Butler, bro. And I've been trying to speak that. When it came to these little goofy ops. I'm like, bro, you're not winning because Jimmy Butler on the team. You're winning because you're playing BJ teams. You had a hard schedule in the beginning of the season, getting your head knocked off, getting straight belt to booty. At the end of the season, mid-season, when Jimmy came, not mid-season, but like freaking almost close to the end, you started playing BJ teams, and you still didn't make the playoffs. You made the play-in, even after the easy schedule that you finished off with. I've been saying that your team gonna look like this. I've been calling this man BJ, bro. I told you, I'm telling your future, bro. I know a BJ team when I see a BJ team. I have an eye for basketball, bro. Warriors, bro, you're going to go back to how you used to be. That junk is over, bro. That dynasty you got is over. It's been over. You know what I'm saying? Word on the street. Well, there ain't no real word on the street, bro. I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. There ain't no real word on the street. You feel me? Honestly.
Like I always say, you got a really good chance when 30.
And if you going to trade for Claxton and Daniel Gafford, best believe you finna get rid of Kuminga. Best believe you're finna get rid of Draymond Green. Think they finna just trade. You know, trade got to be both sides, right? Who do y'all have even tradable? That's how I look at it. Who do you have even of trade value? That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Who do you have trade value? Nobody want. You think they finna trade Kuminga? Only Kuminga for Claxton? Kuminga, bro? Come on, bro.
And like I always say, you got a really good chance when 30.
That boy BJ right here.
Batman is on the floor, so life is good.
What you just call yourself, bro?
And like I always say, you got a really good chance when 30, aka Batman, is on the floor.
All I was finna say.
Life is good.
Great. We about 6 weeks out. Right where I need to be, baby. And we getting that bitch this year.
Bro, no, y'all not, bro. You said the same thing last year, bro. I don't know why Draymond Green think that he is that type of person to speak like that. Like Draymond, bro, you've been getting carried your whole career. You know what I'm saying? And we getting that this year. No, the freak you're not. You're not a type of person to take over a game. You rely on Curry. You are Curry's screen boy. When Curry say set a screen, you set a screen like a good little boy. All you do is pass the ball to Curry and move screen. You hoping Curry get y'all there this year, bro. Y'all not getting nowhere. You said the same thing last year and got your head beat in. Straight belt the booty. I mean, you ain't going nowhere, Draymond, bro. You not finna get him there.
Last year,
Warrior fans delusion. Even they players delusion.
Extremely desperate move. They traded for Jimmy Butler at the trade deadline. And not only did they trade for him, they also gave him this contract. Now, at the time, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it because, like I said, it simply felt desperate. Jimmy seemed to be extremely disengaged. Jimmy historically has always been a bit of a headache for his franchises. Jimmy has always seemed a bit injury prone. And most importantly, Jimmy is aging. But like Jimmy's done multiple times, he proved me wrong, at least initially. The Warriors went 23-1 post that trade, and that run literally helped them squeeze into the playoffs. Jimmy Butler also had playoff Jimmy type moments, specifically in that Memphis play-in game and in that first round versus Houston. But now that seems to be the extent.
Are you literally lying? Oh my God. He had playoff Jimmy moments in that Rockets. You really gonna sit up here and lie like that, bro? Oh my goodness. Like, and you said Curry was injured, bro. Oh my goodness, man. Bro, Curry, you wasn't winning, bro. Curry was clamped up in the Rocket. Like, I'm so tired of you Warriors fans talking about y'all was gonna go. You wasn't beating the Timberwolves with Curry. Curry getting injured, bro, was just for y'all to use that as an excuse. You know you wasn't gonna win with Curry. You barely beat the Rockets. You're not beating the Rockets this year. So go ahead and just get that out your brain. But bro, Curry sucked against the Rockets, bro. He was in straight Clamp Island. You know you wasn't gonna win. You know in the inside you're not a playoff you're not even a playoff caliber team. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro. All that little he averaged 25 in that series. Hey, I'm gonna just keep it real with you, bro. I don't be believing none of that average. I just told you that, bro. You just say he averaged 20. You think I'm finna believe you when you just lied about Jimmy Butler's points? You literally lied about Jimmy Butler's points. I bet you lying about them too. He did not average no 25 in that series, bro. I'm telling you this right now. Watched it, bro. The man was clamped. I don't know where you getting these numbers from, bro, but it's false. Like, stop acting like I don't watch what's going on, bro. Like, it's like you be trying to tell me false things, bro. Like I don't be paying attention what the freak going on. That boy ain't averaged no 25 in that series. I don't give a dang what that paper said. That boy was in Clamp Island. Them folks be stat padded. Well, so what you seeing on that paper, that ain't real. Just like you say he averaging 20 points. That boy ain't averaging on 20 points. In reality, he's not. So please stop it. That boy probably dropped, boy, what, 20-something, 20. Gonna look at Curry's stats. Matter of fact, let me go and look at his stats last year. I promise you, that boy was in freaking. Let me go and look at his stats last year. Oh my God. What I seen, that boy was in freaking Clamp Island. Stephen Curry stats, playoffs, let me see, playoffs versus Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and see that right quick. I'm sorry, y'all, bro. But I gotta go and see that, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and see first round. Let me go and see this right quick. Can't really see, man. It ain't really showing me nothing.
And in that
really
first
showing me
round
nothing.
versus Houston. But now that seems to be the extent of the positives with this move. Going back to Golden State giving him
I'll look
this
at it later.
contract, Jimmy Butler currently is the 5th highest paid player in the league.
5th highest paid player in the league. You paid this man. This man is the 5th highest paid player in the league. You paid this buffoon. He's the 5th highest paid player in the league. This buffoon was the 5th highest paid player in the league. And like, bro, it wasn't because Curry, why you ain't go. I was just addressing that. Please stop being delusional. That was just an excuse for y'all to use when y'all lose. You was going to lose to Minnesota whether Curry was injured or healthy. Point blank period, bro. The only reason you even got past the Rockets, you went to game 7 with the Rockets. The only reason you got the second round because you avoided us. If you would have played the Timberwolves the first round, the Smuggets, us, bro, you ain't even beating the Rockets this year. I know you ain't going, bro. The play-in, I don't even see you making it out to play-in this year. But, bro, that Curry, bro, getting injured was just an excuse for y'all to use. I knew you was going to use that excuse. Right when you got your head beat in all Curry was, and I'm like, oh, here they go. I already knew that. I'm like, watch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Watch how these little goofy out boys going to use this as an excuse. Just because they got their head.
Golden State currently has 2 players in the top 5. And while one of them still lives up to that, the other one clearly doesn't. These are the Warriors with the highest single game point totals this year, and Jimmy Butler simply isn't on this enough, especially when you add the context of their best player Steph being hurt this year. Now Jimmy has been hurt this year too. This is an old ass team and we always knew that. But the problem I've always kind of had with Jimmy is this. With Steph this year, Jimmy Butler averages 11 shots a game. When Stephen Curry doesn't play, and I even took out the OKC game where Jimmy Butler got hurt early, he still averages 1 more shot.
Thank you.
I understand Jimmy's older, and they pretty much brought him there for the whole playoff Jimmy thing.
And it's BJ.
But 1, last year when Steph got hurt, Jimmy couldn't even get them 1 game or have 1 crazy heroic performance like he used to. And 2, this isn't the Eastern Conference. Remember in Jimmy Butler's last great playoff moment, they were in the play-in tournament and made that run as an 8 seed. That mode that he used to tap into specifically for the playoffs back then has to be activated way earlier now. And if not, the trade goes back to looking desperate, the contract looks bad, and Steph still doesn't have the help that he needs. Today's video is sponsored.
All right, we're going to jump ahead.
Any man in your life, only at manscaped.com.
You know, Jimmy can score when he wants to. Hey, bro. Hey, bro, I'm not finna keep going back and forth with you, bro. You delusional. I'm not gonna lie. You're delusional. If he can score when he wants to, why doesn't he score when he wants to? You're just a delusional Warrior fan, bro. Not finna keep talking to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You delusional at this point. You know what I mean? Jimmy cannot score when the freak he want to. Barely scores. That's why I said that 20 points per game, that's BS. The only time Jimmy is a factor is when he gets to the line. That's most of his points going to the free throw. You know what I'm saying? He is BJ. You feel me? So please stop it.
What?
Please stop it.
This goddamn Joker guy, man. What? He's shooting like, they say in like the last 5 or 6 games, he's shooting like 77% from the field.
Yeah, I mean, this season in 3 weeks, I think he's at 67% from the field.
Oh my god! And by the way, and this is not like one of those guys back in the day, like all dunks, you know, or all layups. No, this is everything.
All three levels.
I remember making this video 3 years ago, basically about.
So basically, you paid a man $121 million to be a first pass guy. Got it. So basically, he's the 5th highest paid player. I can go back and look at them top 5 players, them players that's paid before Jimmy, and I promise you, they're not pass first guy. Like, bro, just shut up, bro. Just be like, bro, you messed up, your team messed up, and we on the downfall. What you saying making no sense. Paying a man $121 million to be a pass first guy? What the freak, bro? Shut up, bro. Shut the freak up, man. Top 5. When you pay this man is number 5, the 5th highest paid player in the NBA. You talking about he a pass first guy. Boy, you Warrior fans, boy, be stupid, boy.
Not really having a definitive best player in the league. Giannis was who I thought was the best, but he just gave that title to Steph, who just won an NBA championship. Steph was older, but the run he just went on was insane. Joel Embiid was in the midst of his MVP campaign, and Nikola Jokic didn't go on this championship run yet, and his defensive limitations was still a question mark. But now, I respect Wemby for saying how he feels, but I don't even think that's much of a question at this point. Last year, especially at the end, Denver looked like an absolute mess. Jokic had more crash outs and episodes than I've ever seen him have. Russ felt like their entire bench, and he's always been shaky in the playoffs. They had absolutely no backup center whatsoever, and they fired Mike Malone abruptly. Despite all of that, and Aaron Gordon having a bad hammy, they still went 7 games with this team. I don't even think Jokic played to his standard last year in the playoffs, probably one of his worst of his career, and he still did this.
That boy Jokic is insane.
And this year, with a little bit more help,
what you say?
This is the best player breathing. And
no, he not the best. See, there y'all Americans go with all this best player breathing junk. He's the best player in the NBA. No, he's not. He's not the best player breathing. You know what I'm saying? There y'all freaking go again. Thinking just because he in the NBA, he the best thing breathing. No. You know what I'm saying? He's the best player in the NBA.
Career, and he still did this. This is the best player breathing, and this year, with a little bit more help, it's been even more evident. This summer, the Denver Nuggets finally got Jokic, a reliable backup center, and you want to know exactly what he looks like with simply 2 more minutes of rest. These are the highest PER.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, this man right here looking insane.
And I'm gonna talk about Shay in a second, but look at where Jokic is. It's one thing to average a triple-double.
And let's be real, like Jokic is supposed to have like 5 MVPs. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to have like 5 MVPs. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely was supposed to win last year. I don't know how SGA won last year. I don't care about SGA team winning more than Jokic's. I don't care about SGA team beating Jokic in the postseason. You know what I'm saying? Went to game 7. It's an MVP. It's not most valuable team, it's most valuable player. You know what I'm saying? So when has we turned this award to a team award? You know, if we're going by stats, Jokic outplayed him in dang near every stat. Every stat. Not dang near, bro. Jokic outplayed him in every stat, but the freaking point category. So please miss me with all that, bro. He was supposed to win that year. He was supposed to win last year. And he was supposed to win with the Joel Embiid year. It's an MVP fatigue, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, bro.
The fact that that's even normalized now is still kind of mind-blowing. But to basically be averaging 30 while leading the league in damn near every efficiency category, while simultaneously leading the league in assists and rebounds as a center, it's just something I don't know if we're ever going to see again. This year, Jokic is 4th in total points. He basically plays every game. He can get to a spot whenever he wants to.
And he helped.
He could be at the top of this list if he really wanted to. Now, if you look at the points he generates from his assist alone, he's still damn near cracking the top 10. To me, he's the most dominant offensive player that I've ever seen. To truly show his impact, and he's honestly been doing this for years. If you look at the highest plus-minus players this year, and take OKC out of it, bro, they beating motherfuckers by 15 points a game. Nikola Jokic is first by a long shot.
Does the regular season record, mean something to you guys? Is that something that you guys want to check off, and would that be notable to achieve that?
Absolutely. Winning matters, and no matter what form it looks like to me. So absolutely.
And speaking of OKC, the dumbest thing I've ever heard is calling anything OKC did last year or anything Golden State did in 2015 not legitimate because of injuries.
Did he shift your opinion on how you can win a finals?
No, not really, because I still think if Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving had been healthy, they would have won that series.
I mean, that's true, though. I mean, whether at the end of the day, you cannot blame the ops. You can't blame the goofy Warrior boys for the injuries, but you can't sit here and act like Kyrie and Kevin Love, you know what I'm saying, like they were literally like up, bro, with Kyrie in the game. Like we can't act like Kyrie and Kevin Love wouldn't have made that difference, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it a beezy, and we can't act like Halliburton wouldn't have made a difference when it came to that series. It's not OKC fault. It's not the Warriors fault. You know what I'm saying? But we can't act like not having them players like like didn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't their fault though. It's a legitimate championship for Sholioli. Because if it happened on the other side, they'll still be playing their game too. So it's a legitimate championship for sure. But we just can't act like losing them type of players didn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're seeing it again, basically for the third consecutive year. Do people understand now? My last video was about these top draft picks that truly underachieved. And you know what all those players essentially have in common? They don't play. We could talk about this great roster that Sam Presti built around Shay, and that is valid. But do you know my favorite part about this OKC team? Their best player plays every single night, basically amongst his peers in the last 3 years. Look at where Shay ranks in games played. He doesn't miss games. Now granted, OKC blows everybody out, so he has the luxury of missing all of these fourth quarters. But when he actually does play, he is legitimately the most consistent scorer in the league. Currently, I believe he's chasing Wilt in the most consecutive 20-point games, but he's also in the midst of his fourth consecutive 30-point per game averaging season. Only Jordan, Wilt, and Oscar has more.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also, I never thought any guard would ever have a more efficient season than Stephen Curry. I just didn't even think it was possible. But so far this year, Shay's actually doing that. These are the most efficient seasons from guards that shoot with the volume that Shay does. And if you want to make it the whole free throw thing, I mean, his field goals made per game, he's second, and his efficiencies again is ridiculous. You pair having the most consistent scorer in the league with the defense and depth they have, and that's why they've been the most dominant team this year. The league average for total points
that mother effer right there just do
season
too
is
much.
116. Do you know how many times teams have done that on OKC this year? 4 times. 2 of them have been double overtime games. The number 1 seed in the East, they're having a fantastic year, and a big part of it is how great they are defensively. Now look at them, second in the entire NBA compared to OKC this year. I feel like in sports, it's way too easy to judge a player way too early. And Cooper Flagg, he felt like a victim of this very same thing. This man came into the league with some of the oddest pressure I've ever seen.
No, I'm not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear that, gang. Let's not make excuses just because he's not living up to that name. I ain't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You can at least give me 20 a game. You can at least average 20 a game. I don't even think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. Like generational, we're not going to do this. We're not going to make excuses for him. He's supposed to be generational. Generational, you're coming out the gate, bro. Even though your team probably isn't winning, you're performing. He had 40 points with the Jazz. Probably had like what? 3 breakout games. That's it? The other games been straight mid? So I'm just saying, when you hype up a player to be a generational player, generational means you're generational. Means like, okay, we haven't seen anybody like you in a long time, since LeBron, since them type players. We haven't seen nobody like this in a long time. He's not living up to that category. He's not living, and now since he's not living up to the, you was hyping him up. Everybody was hyping him up, talking about he was gonna be this, talking about he was gonna be that. Now since he don't live up to the expectation that y'all put on him, now we got to give him a little bit more time. No, F that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the love. F that. We not doing that, bro. I'm tired of all the switching up. I'm tired of all the wishy-washy. Now, since he don't look as good as you thought he would look, now we can't put the expectation. They do the same thing with Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Now, since the team, if he has to wait, if we have to wait for him to become a good player, the player that we think he's going to be, he's not generational. Generational, you coming out the gate blazing. He's not the only young superstar that came in the league that had hyped up. That was hyped up, man. You know what I'm saying? But you put this generational tag on him, saying he's going to be, this man been having hype ever since he been at Montverde. This man been labeled generational ever since he been in Montverde. Duke, man, was the talk of basketball, bro. Now, since he don't live up to that generational name, now you want to make excuses for the man. Nah, I'm not doing that. The man just not as good as y'all thought he was going to be. That's just the point. But that's just the reality of it. He's just not as good as you thought he was going to be. Another overhyped prospect. That's reality. Another overhyped prospect. You know how many generational talents y'all were wrong about? It's okay to be like, I was wrong about Cooper Flagg. You were wrong. It's not too early. I can look at his game right now. I can look at how he's doing right now in the beginning of the season, and I can tell y'all right now, he's not going to be generational. Generational is from start to finish. Name one generational player that has not won Rookie of the Year. Generational. We're talking about generational. Wemby won Rookie of the Year. These type of cats won Rookie of the Year. You know what I'm saying? They won Rookie of the Year. I'm talking about labeled generational. They won Rookie of the Year. Like, I don't even think you're going to win Rookie of the Year.
Cooper Flagg, as an 18-year-old, basically came into this league and got forced to wear the shoes of the last man to beat that historic team that I just talked about. And his first 10 games, playing through all this chaos and out of position and with all these injuries, they were rocky, and I heard some crazy takes through that. But now that the chaos has subsided a bit and they actually found a little gem with Ryan Nembhard and he can go back to playing in position, his last 15 games, he looks like the #1 pick. Mind you, he's the youngest rookie since LeBron. He just scored 40 points last night and he's still 18 years old.
Or could y'all have win?
Okay, so look, look. So we're going to keep this now. We're going to keep this right now. Know what I'm saying? He scored 42 points against the Jazz. That was impressive. I gave him that right there. You know what I'm saying? I gave him that right there. You feel me? But we're going to see how he look. Because I ain't going to lie. I just reacted to him. You know what I'm saying? I just reacted to the game he had before this one right here. You know what I mean? Because rookie LeBron was taking his team to the playoffs. That right there, you know, young LeBron was taking his team to the playoffs. Young LeBron was taking his team to the finals. That's generational. So you shouldn't, like if Bron can do it, shouldn't you be able to do it? I mean, Bron had Daniel Gibson, bro. We talking about a player that didn't have nobody and took this team to the finals and take them to the playoffs better than what they are. You have a better team LeBron had. So you want to be real? Do this mother effer right here, not as of right now, despite 80 and all. Does he not have a better roster than LeBron had? You have a better roster than LeBron had. So as you supposed to be generational, you being on the court, you're supposed to change. You're supposed to make the team look better than what they are. You don't make the team look better than what they are. See, LeBron made that Cavaliers team look better than what they were. When LeBron left, you seen a difference. You being on the floor, you're supposed to make the Mavs look better than what they are. Whole time they still BJ with you. You know what I'm saying? He still BJ with you. You feel me? So it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't mean, bro. Hey, bro. Just shut the freak up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to take mean to freaking mean that freaking rookie. I didn't mean to say that, bro. Young LeBron, I freaking corrected myself. Young LeBron still was taking his team to the freaking what's the name, bro. So shut the freak up, whatever your name is, Fitzy, whatever your freaking name is, bro. I can't stand people like you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I corrected myself. So shut the freak up, bro. Just a know-it-all, bro. You want to seem like you know it all. I don't need you to tell me something, bro. I don't need you. You're not coaching me on nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I meant to say young LeBron was taking this Cavs team to the freaking playoffs, bro. You know what I mean? Plain and simple.
If you were healthy,
I think we would have won it.
And then you got to understand, bro. And then you got to understand, Bron was coming into the league with Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? He was coming to the league with all them type of players, bro. You feel me? So please, like, stop it, bro. Please stop it, bro. I'm not trying to hear none of that, bro.
18 years old.
or could y'all have went if you were healthy?
I think we would have won it.
Man, facing the Magic.
I'd say that pretty
Edu
confidently.
Turkoglu's, the White
We
Howards.
would have won it.
And lastly, I talked about this briefly in my last video.
Kevin
but
Garnett.
The Cleveland Cavaliers,
Paul
they're an
Pierce.
absolute mess. We're talking about a team that's well above the second eight.
I hear that jump,
so
man.
this roster is pretty much their team this year. And how exactly do they look in the extremely weak Eastern Conference and even weaker Eastern Conference, like massive underachievers? This team right now is currently the 8th seed. The defense took a bit of a step back, and Evan Mobley just got hurt. And offensively, it's way too much Donovan and basically dying by their style. Last year, the Cavaliers won 64 games because they were top 10 defensively and they had the best offense in the league in the regular season. This year, they lose Ty Jerome in free agency, one of their more reliable three-point shooters, and it feels like this team simply doesn't even have a pulse if Donovan Mitchell doesn't do everything. I showed this in my last video, but look at Donovan Mitchell and look at the Cleveland Cavaliers when he doesn't score 30 points. Last year, Donovan Mitchell only averaged 20
Just like the
points
Warriors.
and still made first team All-NBA because the team collectively played so well and everyone got involved. This year, basically this is their offense without Donovan Mitchell. They lead the league in three-point attempts and they're one of the worst teams shooting them. Right now, Donovan Mitchell is averaging 30. Do you know how many 30-point games he had last year for the complete season? 19. Do you know how many he has this year already? 14.
I had one of those nights on a night, on a situation where I'm not allowed to have one of those nights. On a situation where I'm not allowed to have one of those nights. On a situation where I'm not allowed to have one of those nights.
If you guys like this video, please don't leave. Like the video because
yeah, man. But all that, we're not gonna, the Cavaliers some frauds. We know this. That wasn't a huge surprise knowing that the Cavaliers are frauds. You know what I'm saying? That's not a huge blow to the face. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Cooper Flagg isn't generational. You know what I mean? So we just go ahead and just lead that out. He ain't generational. You know what I'm saying?